Come on, Ribery. He's going to beat Juan Bernat. He's cutting in the box. Nice work from Diarra to take out the defender in Franck Ribery. That is why we signed Rafinha in space. Rafinha's going to burb a spin around now, though. Finesse shot with his left foot. Gulli making a nice run. Beautiful heel-to-heel flick turn. He's still on the ball. Cuts around one. Can he get a brace in this game against his former side? Yes, he can. Beautiful solo goal. Gulli. Oh, that was beautiful. Was that an elastico? I didn't even know you could do that with the 4-star skiller. Finds Faguli, scores near post. Cutting through their defense. Come on, Remy. Oh my god. The rainbow. Oh my god. That is an absolutely sensational goal from Loic Remy. Best goal of the series, hands down. I'm tearing up, man. This team somehow won the Champions League. What is up, guys? My name is Tyler and welcome to Season 3 of the FIFA 16 Olympique Marseille Career Mode. Now, I know a lot of you guys thought this was going to end after Season 2. I honestly thought it was going to end after Season 2, but after thinking about it a bit, I kind of felt like 2 seasons doesn't really do this series justice. We won Champions League last season, of course, as you guys saw from that intro, but I kind of felt like we need to win the league in this series, so we're going to give it one last push in the season, and we're only going to make this season 3 or 4 episodes, just to kind of speed things up a bit. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of this series, but there's also a lot of people that love this series, so I kind of think doing an accelerated season where there's only 3 or 4 episodes of it, there's a lot of games per episode that we either simulate or play. I kind of feel like that's kind of the best way to send off this series, so hopefully you guys are pumped for Season 3. I know I am, and if you are, please be sure to drop a like on this episode. 100 likes would be absolutely awesome. So, first things first, we need to take a look at the objectives for the season. It is to win the league. That's what I want to do personally as well. So we're going to be going all out, especially with this budget of 56 million euros. I am going to go big for some big name players that used to play for Marseille. That's kind of been the theme of this series thus far, is signing former Marseille players, bringing them back to the club, and kind of just strengthening our team as a whole. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, but as I said, this is kind of an accelerated season, so I'm only going to show you guys when we sign a player. Let's go ahead and get into the season and see who we sign first. Our first signing is a big one. Samir Nasri is going to rejoin Marseille for 30 million euros. I was kind of surprised he accepted a contract straight up as well. 160,000 euros is what he wanted, and he actually just accepted it straight away. He's usually kind of a money whore and wants a bit more, but he's accepted, and he's our first signing. Welcome to the club, Samir Nasri. Some more news to update you guys on. We are no longer going in for former Marseille player TRayALLDay. They want too much money for him, in my opinion, for someone that's 79 rated. And the same for Dimitri Payet. We're done going in for them, but we did get a bit more money in, so we might be able to afford another big signing. And that big signing is going to be Drogba's regen. I know it's obviously not the biggest of signings, but I felt like we need to bring in Drogba back to Marseille. He had one amazing season there before moving on to Chelsea, and this is his regen, so we'll bring him to the club as just kind of a backup. Next up, we get news that a contract offer is accepted for Florian Thauvin, but I'm going to hold out on this one just because I want to make sure we get another big signing in. He's a little bit less expensive, but I want another big boy in the squad, so we're going to go for them first, and if they get accepted, we'll accept them first, and then we have enough money left, we'll sign Thauvin. On top of that, didn't want to show you guys, we did get a bit of money from the Asian Elite Cup, of course, the preseason tournament, and Victor Andrade's out for 2 months, so not a great start for us, but hopefully we can make up with that with another big signing. And that big signing is going to be Dave. Cesar Azpilicueta rejoins Marseille, a team he played, I think, around 80 games for in his career, so he played there for a while. He's now going to be our starting right back. Arias is going to move to backup, and we might actually lose Arias as well because we did have a contract offer accepted from Mehdi Benatia, but unfortunately, we kind of just don't have enough money to accept all of these deals, so I'm going to have to hold out. Maybe someone will sell, maybe we can ask the board for a bit more money once again, but for now, Dave is joining the team. We're still waiting on someone to sell, but it is now time for the first game of the season in the league, coming up against Lille at home. Rakik scoring in the 5th minute. Maybe he'll be replaced in the starting lineup soon. with Benatia, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's skip at halftime. We managed to win 3-0. Rafinha coming off the bench in that super sub role, getting us a goal as well. If you guys didn't notice already, Remy's up to his normal number 11. I did change the kit numbers a bit because last season I said I would. Alessandrini moves to 24. Not really sure what else happened. Oh, Nasri's number 8 now. Lamina left, so that vacated that number. Azpilicueta, I'm not sure. I might change his number. Number 5 doesn't really suit him, so I'll probably swap his and Koulibaly's number, but that's basically it. Let's move on to the next part. I just got a transfer offer in that I accepted, so we might have enough money soon to bring in another player, but for the time being, we're going to be playing our first game of Season 3 in the Copa Europe against Fenerbahce. Of course, the previous season's Europa League winner. We won Champions League last season. We're in this competition once again, Copa Europe. We'll see if we can win it for the second year running with this team right here. It is incredible. Andrade's out, but we bring in a higher rated Remy Cabella to fill his role. Other than that, it's a great team. Let's take a look at theirs. This is theirs. It's obviously a pretty good team. I don't think they've made any changes in the career mode thus far, 3 seasons in, but they obviously have Van Persie, Nani, Diego. It's a good team. We should be able to beat them easily with our side. I'm only going to show you guys the goals in this game because, as I said, it's an accelerated season, so I don't want to show too many highlights. Let's get into the goals. Nasri to Loic Remy. Remy into Nasri, turning, finesse shot, nice save. First chance of the season thus far. I'm going to show you guys that one, but that was pretty close. Corner, there's Nasri, in to Lassana Diarra, turns and shoots. First goal of the season, scored by the vice-captain Lassana Diarra in the 27th minute. And if you need a replay, Samir Nasri finding him from the corner, he just turns around, shoots, finds the bottom corner, and it's 1-0. Wow, they won a penalty off that? Really? I didn't think that was a penalty. Koulibaly giving it up, Van Persie winning it. Here's a look at it right here. It looks like both of them are kind of going for the ball. That's not a penalty. Come on, man. Van Persie won it, and he's going to take it. Can Mandanda make the save? No, he cannot. And they equalize just a few short minutes after we scored ours. And they score another one just like that. It's 2-1 just like 6 minutes after we scored ours. What a hit from RVP. We need a replay on this one. RVP turning his man, finds Diego, back to RVP, first time with his left foot, smashes it past Mandanda, and they're ahead 2-1. Come on, close him down. Dave loses it, straight to Nani, near post. It's 3-1. What has happened? Our team has collapsed. Dave was supposed to be kind of an upgrade on RES at right back, but right here, he wins the ball back, loses it straight away in a dangerous position, and Nani capitalizes, smashing it near post, and they're 3-1 ahead. To Diarra, back to Faguli, first time. What a save. That needs to be included. And that one ends 3-1, a pretty even game all around. They had a bit more possession, but we had more shots. We had less shots on target, I guess, technically, but I felt like our chances were very, very good. Their keeper just came up with some big saves, so unfortunately, we lose the Copa Europe and can't get a repeat of last season. Another game in the league, this time against Bordeaux, who was battling with us pretty much all of last season and the season before. We're away from home, but we're going to skip in the 30th minute, and we only draw 1-1, Cabella getting our goal. And here we go. Finally, we get our final big signing in. Mehdi Benatia, a former Marseille player who came up through their youth academy, stayed there for a few years, went out on loan a few times. I don't think he played a single game for their first team, but we're going to bring him back to his youth team, and hopefully he can make an impact for us. He's definitely an improvement over Rakik. We lose our backup center back in Sperania, but Rakik will go back and be our backup, which I don't mind too much at all. So welcome Mehdi Benatia. And as well, in case you were curious, this is how we got the money to be able to afford him. Nordveit left to Stuttgart. We got 7 million added to our budget. And after the Copa Europe, we also got 1 million added to our budget as well. This is pretty much the final thing that's going to happen in the transfer window. Victor Andrade returns from injury. We sold Thierry Ambrose to Lorient. We got 4.5 million added to our budget. And Jeremy Poisson-Clément is loaned out. That's pretty much it for the transfer window. If anything else happens, we have deadline day left. I'll let you know. And nothing else happened. This is how deadline day is going to end. We, of course, brought in Nasri. We bought Drogba's regen, Azpilicueta, and Mehdi Benatia, as well as the top deals. You guys saw Marco Reus went to Man United, Lacazette to Chelsea, Marcelo to Man City, as well as Diego Costa going to PSG, as you guys can actually see right here as well. So a pretty eventful transfer deadline day and window all around. A lot of big signings happening, and this is what our team is looking like after the window itself. Very, very big improvements compared to what we had to begin the season. We have a better right back in Azpilicueta, better center back in Benatia, better center mid in Samir Nasri. We have a lot of good substitutes in Andrade, who's coming back from injury, Fred, Rafinha, Batshuayi. Like, it's sorted by rating, as you guys can see. Like, we have in our reserves some pretty high rated players, so I like how the team is looking after the window ended as well. I did simulate a few games as we head over to the calendar. You guys can take a look at those as well. We did lose to Monaco 1-0 away, and we beat Bastia 3-1 at home. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate another month, and I'll show you guys the results. So another month simulated, and now time to look at what happened. I'm looking at this for the first time as well as you guys, so we'll have the same reaction as we go along. Troyes, we won 2-0 at home. Champions League, we lost to Moscow. That's a bit disappointing. We won 2-0 away from home to Saint-Etienne. We beat Lyon 4-0 in the Clash of the Olympics. I would have been devastated in real life if that happens. We lost to Toulouse 2-1 at home. We beat Anderlecht 2-1 in Champions League, and we managed to beat Reims 2-1 in the league. Let's take a look at what the league standings look like after a month. We're in third place. Toulouse, who we lost to, is disappointed with that loss, actually sit in first place with the game in hand, so pretty impressive for them as well. We did get a lot of injuries. If we head over to the office in that month, we lost Ribery for 2 months, we lost Nasri for 6 weeks, we lost Batshuayi for 2 months, and we lost Verkeek for 5 weeks. I think there was another one, yeah, Benatia for 7 days as well. Ridiculous that many injuries happened in a month of simulating. As well, a few youth players left the team, but I'm not really worried about that. This is the final season after all, and we have a pretty stacked team as is. Speaking of our stacked team, Mehdi Benatia went up to an 85 now. Pretty good overall bump. Another 2 months down of simulating, and we're going to take a look at the results. So, first off, October, what happened there? We did simulate this game, of course, against Nice. 3-1 the final score. We lost to Valencia 1-0. We drew to Angers 1-1. We lost in the Coupe de Ligue 2-1 to Nantes. We beat Caen 4-1 and Anderlecht 3-0 in Champions League. As for November, we managed to lose to Nancy 2-1. We drew with Lorient, that's not a good result. We beat CSKA Moscow on the reverse leg, and then we managed to beat Montpellier 2-1, and Guingamp we beat 3-0. So now heading into December, it looks like we're in some pretty good form. I'm going to be playing, I think, 2 games in this month, and then we're going to be ending this part of the season. I think there's only going to be a part 2, and then season 3 is basically done. So for you guys that didn't like the series, don't worry, it's basically only going to take up 2 days of your guys' time of my uploads, so hopefully you guys don't really care too much about that. But I'm going to go ahead and simulate to this Valencia game, and now we're here, and we can see that we currently are in second place in the Champions League table. So just getting a draw here will solidify us going into the next round. I'm not really sure Anderlecht can get a result. I want to take a look at goal difference. Yeah, we can simulate this game. So I'm actually going to be simulating to PSG, and we'll of course be playing that game. Anything else really noticeable? I did look at these before. We're getting a lot of injuries while simulating. It's pretty frustrating because there's nothing I can do to control that. Like, we've had at least 10 injuries so far this season, but we're going to go ahead and skip to PSG, where we are right now, and we're going to be playing this game to end off December and, of course, the episode. I know there hasn't been many games played in this episode, but I still think it's one that we definitely need to be playing. And like I said, it's going to be an accelerated career mode. There's not going to be a lot going on in the season, but it's going to be kind of, I guess, an interesting way to end things off in the series, because I definitely think it deserved a Season 3. But without any further ado, let's jump into this PSG game and take a look at both sides. We're actually not going to take a look at both sides. We're just going to show the league table before we jump into it. 18 games played so far in this season. We're 2 points behind them for second place, and 3 points obviously behind first place. So a win here is vital. It's again, of course, only showing the goals just to make this episode a bit shorter. Let's get into it. The Tweety into Di Maria to Diego Costa. The new signing smashes it past Bryce Samba. I think Mandanda was unavailable for this game, and obviously Bryce Samba isn't of the quality of Mandanda, and it showed here. Diego Costa, a cracking finish, and we're down 1-0. Benatia to Nasri, turning a few men, shoots, and he scores just before halftime. Samir Nasri levels things in Paris. Here's the replay. Ribery finds Benatia, who finds Samir Nasri, turns a few men, a little bit sloppy on his control there, but nonetheless, he gets the shot off and he scores, making it 1-1. That's a hell of a ball over to Lucas. Honestly, unbelievable. We're down 2-1. It's Carrillo out wide who whips this beautiful ball over. A diving header from Lucas, and we're down 2-1. Here's Remy. Come on. Maybe one last push. Maybe one last push, sweats it back to Rafinha, turns and shoots from the rebound. How does that not go in? Like, honestly, I said I was only showing goals, but seriously, our chances in this game have been so much better than theirs, and yet we're losing. And that's how the game finishes. 2-1 the final score in a very, very frustrating contest. They had 2 shots throughout the entire game and scored both of them. They did have a bit more possession, to be fair to them, but still, I felt like we were the better of the 2 teams, and it's very, very disheartening to lose this game. And that's another month done and dusted. So to take a look at what happened in this previous month, Rennes, we did manage to beat 2-1 away from home. Nantes, we beat 2-1 away from home. Valencia, we lost 2-1-2 in the group stage, so we might have actually not gone through to the next round, but that's only if CSK managed to beat Anderlecht by like 4-0 or 5-0, so I think we went through. I'm not too sure yet. Then obviously the PSG game, we did manage to lose 2-1, as you guys just saw, and we are through to the next round of Champions League, coming up against Man United, which you guys will see in the next episode. We're finishing off this one in 4th place in the league, which isn't too great, but we are just simulating, so I can't be too upset about how we're doing, especially with all the injuries that we've had. But as I said, this is the end of the first episode of Season 3. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like. There'll probably be another 1 or 2 episodes of the season before we call it quits with the series altogether. So if you guys did enjoy, please drop a like. And other than that, I've been TRayALLDay or Tyler, and I'll catch you guys next time.